Hi, welcome to Did You Stamp Today with Amanda Mertz. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute mini gift bag pop-up card. Look at that, isn't that so cute? The little bag inside, and it's the perfect size for, put this way, for a gift card. It closes right up. Sweet little card. My local stampers made this the other day at class, and I wanted to make a quick video for them to reference, and hopefully you can make some too at home. It's really easy once you see how it gets put together. So let's get started. All right, let's get started to make this cute little mini pop-up gift bag card. And you can see how we have it all scored. First, you're going to take a piece of designer series paper, and you want to cut it 4 inches by 9.5. All right, the first thing we're going to do, I have this set up for my stampers that made this, so I put all the pegs in to show where everything needed to be scored, so they didn't have to use the other score. But if you have this one, just go ahead and just, score the measurements. I'll put them up on the screen so you'll see it as I go along. But if you're doing multiples, I highly suggest using the Simply Scored to just put your pegs in, and you can just zip right through all the scoring without really having to think too much. So if you're making a lot of these for like teacher gifts or quick little gifts to give away and you want to make a batch of them all together, I would say the Simply Scores is the way to go. So what we're going to do first is we're going to score down the long sides. We're going to score first at a 1/2 inch. And then the second score is at 3 inches. All right, and then you're going to turn it 90 degrees. So then you can score across the short end, the short ways all the way down. Now, for this one, if you have this set up on your Simply Scored, you want to make sure that you mark the 3-inch one, just to remind yourself that you're not scoring the 3 inches a second time going this way. So I have flags here to remind my ladies, and then myself as well if I'm doing a batch of them. So you're going to do the 1/2 inch again. So score at 1/2 inch. That one's a little bit tougher to get in there. 1/2 inch. 1 inch, and then you're going to skip the 3. So if you have it all set up, but if you're doing the other scoring, just skip the 3. So you're going from 1/2, 1, you're doing 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 9. All right, and that's it for the scoring. All right. Next up is I'm going to show you where you need to trim your ends, the little notches out to be able to fold your bag. So some of the patterns are a little bit hard to see. I'm not sure if you can see where the score lines are on the camera, but it could also help if you pre-fold where some of the score lines intersect, and it will make the little areas that you need to trim out a little bit more apparent. All right, and I also made a little template to show my stampers. So hopefully you can see this. Let me make sure this is all in. So this is going to be the wider band at the top. So you're going to trim out that square, that rectangle, that square, that rectangle, and then on this other end is it's a little bit skinnier going that way, that one and that one, so you end up with the tabs, and this is what you'll end up having. So it should end up looking like this. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to do this little rectangle up here. Oops. And then the little square at the other end. All right, moving down, this is going to be the middle. So I'm going to do this one, and this part that you're trimming now, these folds, these narrow scores are going to end up being one end of the gussets on the sides of the bag. So I promise it all makes sense once you have the bag put together and you see it visually. And feel free, once you have your scores done, go ahead and pause the video as you go through and do each step along with me, and maybe use a piece of copy paper or scrap paper before you get going on your designer series paper, just to make sure that you've got the gist of it before. So there you go. So this is going to be how our bag comes together. So let me show you. I'm going to pre-fold these a little bit right here. So see that? That's one side of the gusseted bag. And then I'm going to fold these. And then this is the single little tab on that end. That's going to get folded in to create the other gusset. There, do you see how that's coming together now? Once you have your score lines and the little tabs cut out. So next we're going to do the hole punching. If I'm a hole puncher. All right. The easiest way that I found to do the holes to make sure you can do your little ribbon loops in the right spot and just makes it easier to put it together is find your bigger tab on the top. So these are going to be the ones that get folded inside, and they'll cover up the ribbon ends that you're going to thread through. So find those, keep those open, and then just fold in the gussets on the one side so they kind of line up where they need to be, so that you'll punch both sides at the same time, so everything is going to be even. So find your top tab, see where that fold line is, and you just want to be underneath where that score is. And go in about an inch, inch and a half, inch and a quarter. There's really no rules, just wherever you feel like you want to place them. All right, now tuck your other two ends in. And it's okay if one of your flaps gets pushed in all the way open and you end up catching the edge of it with the hole punch, because that'll get covered up once you fold everything down and thread your ribbon through. So there we go. We've got two holes. I don't know if it's harder to see. All right, there we go. And then at this point, this is where you're going to need to decide which is the pattern that you want facing out. I think I was going with the stripes because I think that'll look nice. I have a red card base to go with, so that'll be nice contrast. And then the candy canes you can see on the inside. So I'll be right back with the adhesive. Okay, now I'm going to show you where you need to place the adhesive to be able to put your little mini gift bag together. So this is going to be my inside pattern. I'm going to turn it over, and you're going to put the adhesive on the side that you want facing out. So use some tear and tape, which is super easy. Super easy. You just need to strip one at the bottom flap. So this is your top. Remember that the bigger fold, the bigger flap at the top, that's going to be the top of your bag where you've got your holes. So you want the adhesive at the bottom, that skinny flap at the bottom, and then the second side. And that's it. Don't mess, well, there's one more, but don't mess with these. That's like the very last step when you're putting the final bits of the card together. So just put those strips of adhesive down there and just leave them be. And then you want to find your little small flap. So this is the open end of the bag. And you just want to put another strip of adhesive there. All right, next we're going to thread our ribbon, and I thought I had pre-cut them. Here they are. So I've got two strips of ribbon. You want two about 5 inches long, and it doesn't matter which side you start with. I always say it's probably easier if you make a kind of a sharp angle on the end of your ribbon cut. It'll help you thread it through. All right, thread that end through, and thread that end through. And you want to have about the same amount coming through the back. Remember, this is going to be your inside of your gift bag. Just take a little strip of tear tape and just hold down your ribbon so the handles don't pull out, because everybody will open it up and be like, oh, look at how cute that is, and you know, like the cute little handles and stuff. So you want to make sure that you adhere those down pretty well. And then start your other side. And again, go ahead and pause the video as you're making it along with me, so then we can do the steps together. There we go. We've got this one. This has about the same a bit on each side. More tear and tape. And if you guys don't have tear and tape, I highly recommend getting some. It's super easy to use and convenient when you're doing any sorts of folds or gift bags or fancy fold cards. It makes it really easy and it holds everything together very nicely. All right, now we're ready to fold our top flaps down. Just peel off your tear and tape backing and fold that down. You can tuck the ribbon under if you have a little bit, or you can trim it off. You're really not going to see it once the bag is put together inside the card. So. All right, we're almost there. All right, now not the final step, but the final step before we install inside the card is you're going to find your little flap, and you're going to just kind of get that little gusseted side pressed in, and then peel off your adhesive. Remember, you're not messing with the ones on the bottom, so just leave those be. And get your gusset folded in there, and then you're just going to line up these two sides. And there we go. This is what your final one will look like, and then I'll show you how we put it into the card after doing the stamping. Or do you not want to see the stamping? I don't know, it's a pretty basic card. Maybe I'll just tell you. So you're just going to use the Christmas season and the Christmas season stamp set and the Sweet Candy Cane stamp set. And you're just going to do some greenery around the edge in garden green. Add the berries in real red. Stamp the candy cane in real red and cut it out with the die cut. And you're just going to pop it up on the card front. Add your Merry and Bright. That's also from the Sweet Candy Cane set. And then also on the inside is a little bit of greenery and berries, and then the sentiment in real red also. So I made this card front pretty basic because I had about 15 people doing the gift bag, so I wanted to make sure that the card wasn't overly complicated. So this is just the little bit of greenery on the side and a little bow on the, or a little knot bow on the candy cane, and then some seasonal adhesive sequins in green. And let me show you this other. We've got this one. This is red and it's got a variety, and that's just a different pattern of paper that that I use to show. So let me show you how you put your bag and get it lined up just right on the inside of your card. All right, now that I've made my card, got it all put together on the inside and the outside, I'm going to show you how to put your cute little gift bag into it so it pops up. All right, open up your card, peel off the adhesive backing on one side. Just do one at a time, and line it up, center it so you're just like at the crease, just a little bit under it, and find the center of your card. I'm going to try to do without getting my head in the camera. All right, and then just press it down. All right, now peel off the other side. Ready? All you do, close the card. Boom, there you go. It's all on, and you've got your fun card that pops open. And you can stick all your gift cards in there. It's a fun way. You can add a little bit of tissue paper, maybe even make it super fancy. Add a little tiny tag with a to from on the handle. But there you go. Hope you've enjoyed watching this, and let me know if you had any questions. Thanks so much.